the best in the world, and I think we're in here for a treat. And this is just the first day of 5 amazing Dota days. We're gonna be starting with Team Spirit versus the lovely Cloud9 old Entity. And I mean, I'm really curious, right? Entity was doing really well before they got acquired. Can they stand the giants of Spirit?
Yeah, there was a tournament you and me cast where these two played, and I think Spirit completely demolished them. But yeah, it is not gonna be easy for Cloud9. Still, we are gonna be looking at the 8 participating teams. Look at the 6 in white, and then the 2 quote-unquote underdogs that went through the plains. Though, you know, Bowie, a lot of the teams that would struggle to get to a position like this, a lot of times in history, it has happened that they start crushing everybody. Unfortunately, they're not playing in this series, so let's not focus on them, but on Spirit and Cloud9. Do you think that old Cloud9 fans are now gonna rally behind former Entity, now Cloud9?
Maybe not immediately, but if they start performing, right? I think that's usually how it goes. You can hype a team as much as you want, but eventually if the team's losing too much, I think the fans kind of fade away. There's a couple of teams that still have passionate fans despite results, and you know the teams I'm talking about. But
I know they have passionate haters. I know about passionate haters. I don't know about passionate fans.
It goes both ways, because if they start winning, those haters quickly become fans. You know how it is. You just want to see your friends win, but if they don't, you just get dead and jaded inside. But yeah, I mean, I know that the last time these two teams faced, it was kind of a stomp, but I think that was a fair amount of time away. With that said, though, Spirit, they were looking pretty hot. They did play the finals of a tournament recently. They lost to Extreme Gaming, but still, they played 4 games and they went all the way through the tournament. I think Spirit, even before they started bootcamping, should be looking really sharp.
This is Group A. That one will be played later on in the day, cast by our colleagues. As you guys see, it's some modified GSL format. You basically have a double elimination in the groups. That's how it goes. You need to win 2 best of 3s to go through, or lose 2 best of 3s to be pushed out of the tournament. That's basically how it is. Every single match is a best of 3, so we're gonna have a lot of Dota action. I think in the last FISSURE universe, in the episode 2, we had some best of 1s to start things off, and only the lower bracket finals was the best of 3. Here, everybody will get a fair chance, best of 3 all the way. It is not gonna be an easy day for any of these teams.
Oh yeah, and we love BO3. It's Dota, supposed to be a BO3 game, and it's amazing that, you know, if we're gonna get these caliber of teams, you might as well play BO3 with all of them, and I think this is more than deserving. Looking at the odds here, Spirit with an edge, and I think that's pretty fair. Not like 2 odds or anything, you know, 1.57 to 2.47. I think this is how I would expect this to go.
Yep, very likely that Spirit are coming in as a better team, but Spirit have been known to come in with weird drafts and experimentations and just flop a tournament here and there. So I wouldn't say that Cloud9 or any of the other teams are gonna necessarily have problem with Team Spirit, but I think that's what makes them so great, right? Because they do experiment, they do pick heroes that you might not think are great. If people watch their vlogs, they would know a lot of times they'd say, "Oh, we just screwed up the draft, man. I don't know why we did that, blah blah blah," right? And amazing vlogs as well. So guys, go and check them out. But we see them sometimes just crush it. This is how you get better, by making mistakes.
Yeah, that is true. Do feel like they've been screaming a lot, though. I don't think this is a tournament they would be willing to flop. But as you said, I was looking at all of the recent tournament and also pub information, and bro, we're in for a treat here. Position 4 players, like their hero pool is 100% different than what they were playing like 1 or 2 months ago. Our boy Mira is just playing weird stuff. Kataomi is playing a lot of weird stuff. This tournament is gonna be awesome to watch.
Yep, it is gonna be awesome, and that's why everybody should subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels so that you know when we are live. Activate the bell button, and every single time that we are live, you are gonna be able to follow us. But pretty much every day apart from one, I think we're starting at 11 CST and or around that time. So just get your alarm clocks ready not to miss any of the Dota action. But as you mentioned it, right, the pubs. Yatoro has played 85 matches in the last 7 days. Like, he's a beast. This guy, when he wants to play, when he wants to be the best, when he starts grinding pubs, that's when he's at his scariest.
So you mean Radan, right?
It says Yatoro on Dota2 Pro Tracker. For me, it's always going to be...
No, he is Radan. He said he's Radan. I'll follow his cue, but you're right. He is playing a lot of pubs. He actually is playing a lot of that Mirana that we saw so much in the BO5 series that we cast now versus the, unfortunately, not here in the tournament 1W. But yeah, there is a lot of things that these teams are flexing. And I cannot, dude, I'm so excited for the draft. I know we're not there just yet, but...
Oh, you're right. He's Radan. There, it says it. Radan, Laurel, Collapse, Mira, and Miposhka. Okay, I apologize. Bowie. He did say what Radan means, but I can't remember.
I think it's from some... Oh, what is that game that everyone was playing? It's a Souls game. Oh, it's a song? I thought it was from a Souls game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Regardless, though, he's being known, you know, to doing these weird things, shaving his head, changing nicknames. Maybe next time, what he's gonna do.
I know what it means. So he is literally calling for the rain. He says, "Rain all days, Dota all night." Right? That's and it is a reference to an anime. Oh, that's which one?
Last time I heard, it was not exactly how the saying would go, but I heard he made a PMA so that everyone is happy. But dude, another thing that is worth mentioning: this tournament, if you drop 2 series. Is it 2 series that you're out?
Yes, 2 series out. So GSL, modified GSL format. You lose one series, you go to the lower bracket, you lose there, you're out. You win, and then again you lose, again you're out. If you win 2 series, even if you lose one, you are going to be going through into the playoffs, which are again going to be a double elimination. So 4 teams in the playoffs.
So everyone here has to be extremely careful. You want to experiment, of course, but there is a lot of downsides to losing a series here. You're pretty much 1 series away from losing if you lose one.
Dude, DM is giving... Look at DM. He's giving off "come at me, bro" vibes for sure, right?
I do love the haircut, though. Looks pretty sharp. Did you know, by the way, DM has 100% win rate with his Enigma last 3 months with our boys from Entity/Cloud9. Has not lost a single Enigma game. And we saw this hero being really impactful yesterday.
Yep, and he does play it quite a lot in pubs as well. So he is definitely ready for it. That could be a first phase ban, not gonna lie, right? Because I think Fishman is capable of taking the Enigma 5 as well. And for me, it's one of the main heroes of Cloud9. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's definitely one hero that they play really well. Both teams have a lot of unique stuff about them, right? Cloud9, they love their Pudge. Something that Watson can play, Kataomi can play, even no one played it in the past. I have not seen Spirit really mess with Pudge that much. When we look at Radan, he loves his Terrorblade. He actually has 100% win rate Terrorblade last 3 months. A hero that was not really popular whatsoever. So, actually a pretty good matchup for Pudge, I would say. Pudge into Terrorblade. This might be a second phase ban for them.
Okay, our viewers need to vote in chat, and now we're going to be finding out just how many of those long time ago Cloud9 fans are still in the chat. Exclamation mark S for Spirit and C for Cloud9. We know, Bowie, that who you're gonna be voting, because again, there's one Brazilian not in the roster but as a coach for Cloud9.
You think I'm that cheap? You think I'm just follow whatever Brazilian shows up? You think Brazilians have been doing so bad in the international stage that we have to get crumbs? Yes, you're right.
No. This is not what I'm gonna say. Team Spirit on their Wikipedia page, it says Serbia now because they have been in my country, in my home city for a very long time, right? So I'm cheering for them all the time. We are the champions of the world, even though we don't have a single that good Dota player at the moment, but it doesn't matter, right? So I was trying to get some beef between us, right? National fights and stuff like that, but yeah, okay, Bowie.
Sure.
Okay, if you,
the great Serbia versus Brazil match, Spirit versus Cloud9. Yes, that is very believable. That's such a good narrative. Good job, Harry.
Yeah, good job, Bowie, for ruining it. But no problem. I'll let it slide this time. So we kind of talked about the chances of each team in this matchup. We talked about some of the heroes of Cloud9. What do you think Spirit are opening with? They usually take their sweet time in the draft when they're banning heroes, especially one of the teams that usually does lose reserve time in the banning phase. So what do you think they're gonna be gunning for in the first pick and stuff?
I mean, it's hard to say, but looking at their recent results, one hero that I think they had a lot of success with, actually 80%, is the Elder Titan. And that is one hero we didn't really get to see too much in the first stage of the tournament. Not a lot of teams were interested. Oh, okay, yep. Gotta need that coffee, gotta need that caffeine. But yeah, I think Elder Titan is one hero that I think they can open. It is very specific to them, and it is also probably not likely to be banned first phase, and something they've done really well in the past.
So first pick, Cloud9, they were the ones that chose, and Spirit going for Radiant. This is what you said, that everybody most likely will be going for the first pick. Spirit are one team that tends to experiment with it. I don't know if the other ones will do it. Gaming Gladiators tend to do it from time to time, but of course you and me are not going to be casting them. It's going to be our lovely colleagues that are going to be taking over. But we should be having a draft ready fairly soon, Bowie, and then we're finally gonna find out what Spirit has cooking. I'm always a fan when the new meta starts developing, because they do bring some interesting things to the table.
Oh yeah, interesting here. Shadow Demon. I was gonna mention this. Spirit in the last. I'm sorry, Cloud9. No, never mind. Because Cloud9, they have not really played Shadow Demon at all. The last 3 months, they have one Shadow Demon game, and they lost it. So I think this is one advantage that Entity has. The Spirit has playing into them. They don't really need to ban Shadow Demon, or at least they might try to give it to Entity because they are either not good or not really willing to play it. As okay, the Enigma you said is banned.
Yep, I think there's no doubt about it. It's probably a hero that everybody's gonna take out. Considering that this tournament can easily punish you, there's not a long group stage. It's not a place to experiment if you can beat that Enigma.
Tinker is open, and our boy Laro has been playing some Pagina. Katahom is also playing Pagina.
Oh, let's go, Tinker. I don't think they're getting it, right? This is, yep. Cloud9, they smell a bait, man. They're like, yeah, that looks like a bait to me. Get it out.
Yeah, I think, it is rough though, because you are given this really strong hero and you ban it, right? That has to feel a little bit bad. Like, sure, maybe they play Pagina, maybe the matchup's not good, but at the end of the day, this hero still has 60% win rate in pubs. This hero is absolutely broken. It probably feels a little bit bad that you were the first pick team and you have to ban it. We'll see, what the approach is going to be, but I already feel like Spirit's starting with a big advantage here.
Yeah, Spirit are probably at this moment like, I smell fear. I smell fear in my opponents, and it is might be the case, but you would be a fool not to be afraid of Team Spirit. There will be a Lesh opening. Yesterday we saw position 4 Lesh not look so hot. How do you reckon it goes for Cloud9? Are they also gunning for a support Lesh, or is it going to be no one's hero? Yeah,
Mira is playing. Mira hero pool is looking exactly like Sweden's strong hero pool from yesterday. He plays Sniper, Marcy, Lesh, as his most played heroes and he responded to Sniper. Dude, what has Dota become in the last couple of days? This is crazy. I guess
Yeah,
it could be a flex pick too. I'm sure no one plays it. I'm sure they
that's
can.
Spirit on the Radiant side though, so.
Oh yeah. I mean, Laro does play Lash, right? Looking at the stats.
Sniper.
Oh no, this is support Sniper, bro. This is support
Yeah,
Sniper.
yes, I
100%.
know, but the Larl, if Larl plays Lesh, it doesn't matter because he has a sniper on his side.
Yeah. I get what you mean. All right, Bans. What are you doing here? I'll
It's
probably
hard
take
to.
away Batrider. Actually, I think it's a hero that really prevents the Lash from going in, even in the lane.
I think so.
Yeah, and it is a hero that they've been playing a fair amount. I wouldn't be mad against a Batrider. Mira does play Bat, and we saw position 5 Sniper too, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean that Sniper is going to be 4.
I'm thinking maybe something like Kunkaban. Collapse has been playing it quite a lot, but they'll get rid of the Shaker. Maybe setting up for an Ember Spirit, maybe?
Possible. Definitely possible.
Cloud9, no one plays a ton of Shaker. No one plays a ton of Sniper, right? He has always been very well known for the Sniper. I still remember, I think it was TI5 or TI6, so 8 years ago, when he was a sniper and Samael was an alchemist, and then Samael bought a blade mail, and no one just killed himself on that blade mail. It's still one of the most iconic blade mail buys I've seen to this day in Dota.
I'm sure he has nightmares about it to this day. That was a game. I'm sure the viewers remember. They get this Primal here. Gonna be flexing to the off lane for Collapse. Probably can be Laro's hero as well.
He does play it, but I would assume that this is going to be Collapse that's going to be playing it. But of course, even in the main tournament, everybody thought we forgot about them. But no, we're going to continue giving away those Arcanas. Exclamation mark 1x give in the chat, and you're going to know how to become liable to get one of the Arcanas yesterday. We also had a community drop. Maybe we're going to have even more of those looking forward. Well, you need to stay in chat to find out.
Okay, so what do you do here against... Well, Bat's not bad for Cloud9, but they will get the Mirana here. All right, they do flex this on both Watson and
Does no one play Mirana? I guess even no one plays Mirana. Kataomi used to be a big Mirana player. I'm not seeing it in his pubs, right? But position 4 Mirana is not something that you forget how to play. It's pretty straightforward, so I would say you can take it as well.
Yeah, it's good. You don't really die in lane against the Primal Beast. I think that is one of the main reasons you can do this. And now even more move speed to kite this Primal Beast to deal with the Sniper if it's going to be core. I really like this, and it also enables this Leshrac in the fights just by buying drums and getting the Warcry off.
I've seen so many Cloud9 games when they were Entity lose because they went in the second phase 2 connected picks, a Sven plus a ranged carry, right? I know it's strong, but I don't know if this is part of the pick to get it, right? Just to reveal everything. And then there's 3 heroes of Team Spirit to respond to this. This is looking more and more like their safe lane between the Mirana and the Sven.
Yeah, it's very likely. They still have the flex, but it is very likely that this is going to be the case. Mirana Sven support duo, it's definitely not great. But, Moonlight Shadow can be very powerful, especially if you have a Leshrac that can, you get the move speed from Moonlight Shadow. So that is also... In terms of move speed, they can run at Team Spirit, especially if this is going to be
away.
Moonlight Shadow. Or run away, yeah.
I'm still leaning more towards 4 Lesh, 1 Mirana, 5 Sven. I think that's the general idea. If Team Spirit find a way to scare Cloud9 out of it, sure. But overall, by what I've been seeing in the patch and how these heroes have been performing, I think those are possibly the best positions to put them in.
Yeah, I think you probably want some magic damage here in Team Spirit now. You don't want to be fighting into the armor of the Sven. So we will see Jakiro as an answer for Sven very, very frequently. I'm not sure if that's that popular anymore. We've seen teams kind of moving away from that. I'm gonna go DK.
That's most likely a Laurel hero. Yep. He has played it so much. I remember
Radon plays a lot of DK carry though. He plays DK the most out of Spirit.
Yeah, really? Okay, cool. Because when Laurel joined Spirit, he played almost exclusively Zeus and the Dragonite. And then Zeus, they started losing way too many games, and it was mostly Dragonite first pick every game, of course. Spirit and Laurel as well have evolved ever since that time quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a flex pick between both of them. I don't think that's going to be their offlane hero. Now for Spirit, what do you even do here? Do you want to keep flexing the sniper? So you have to pick
a 5. Yeah, sure. I think that's the best one. Washka is so versatile. Spirit are so versatile. We'll get a disruptor.
Very good against Mirana. Very good.
I'd like more burst though when I see the disruptor, but this might be a different kind of disruptor, one that relies more on the kinetic field rather than on getting the extra kill with the glimpse. Sure, the glimpse is always a nice bonus, but if you look at it, Lesh, Sven, Mirana, kinetic field is just so good.
Yeah, it's really powerful. You're gonna get a lot of sniper damage on top of the kinetic field as well, right? Now that he goes so fast, you pretty much secure the sniper's damage in the team fights too. I like it. I think you playing carry Mirana now is really hard. I would say this is like similar to playing Storm into a disruptor. I hope that they can flex this somehow.
I mean, they can.
Maybe.
Not gonna do it thus far, right? Still possible for the Lash to go mid Mirana 4 and then you just pick a carry or leave a Sven as a 1.
Yeah, I actually would prefer the Sven as a 1. I think it's better. It's tanky against the Primal. I know you want the Mirana in the lane against the Primal so you don't die, but I really feel like this Disruptor is something you have to respect.
I don't know if Watson wants to play the Sven though, right? Because even nowadays people are getting BKB a little bit later on in this game. It's needed, it's a necessity, but it's not that awesome. Maybe you just go for something completely different, something that can stand its ground, like a Medusa. Let's say if you wanna keep this Sven as a 5, I wouldn't mind it.
I don't think you can Medusa though, because then they're gonna play sniper carry if you do that.
True.
It's a really good matchup.
What about a Luna? Right, Luna would be a good one.
It's okay, but it's the same. It's kind of the same problem. I think you need to play some weird PA or something. Some assassin type hero that actually gets on top of the sniper. But at 23, it's hard to get those heroes. It's going to be addressed.
Yeah, plus, I think their lineup isn't made to enable those types of heroes. It's made to enable these range carries. That's how it looks, right? You have everybody that runs in, and then this hero is farming. At some point, just does massive amounts of damage. I think that's what they're gunning for. So Mirana still fits their lineup really well, even though it's countered from the other side. And let's say Luna does as well. Medusa, all the possibilities are still there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They've been playing NP carry on Watson, by the way. That is a hero NP that the entire lineup plays. So, yeah, never mind.
And it's gonna get banned. I think NP Enigma is something that Team Spirit are just not gonna let through in this series. And deservingly so.
So their read, though, is that they already have their carry. They actually take away 2 spirits from Cloud9. Okay.
I agree with these bans. It just would be the best way for Cloud9's lineup to just pick a no-one hero, not looking at what Team Spirit has. Right? Sure, you're always going to be countered by something. You can't really expect to outdraft Team Spirit.
Looking at those bans, it looks like this is probably going to be Carry Mirana. This would be good matchups for this Sven, even though Doom probably struggles against both MK and CK. I don't think you're necessarily...
You get Timber. No, they go Tiny. I like the Tiny, actually, right? Both the Sniper and the Disruptor are very squishy. You have a lot of movement speed to just run into the opponents, and Team Spirit aren't great when you're running towards them, right? So I'm expecting the Sniper to get a very early shard.
They have nighttime vision from the sniper though,
Yep.
and this is usually your big timing is tiny, minute 15 into minute 20 with the blink. Sniper does make those fights much harder. I guess this might be a Moonlight Shadow game. No, not if you're carry though, right?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this Tiny that much. I know it's classic no one hero, but the Sniper is gonna be a problem. Ooh, there you go, the DOTA2.
Do we see a diffusal blade on the Mirana? Is that a possibility? I actually wouldn't hate it.
I think with the tempo they have, it's not bad on Cloud9 because you want to run at them, right? DM's the only passive hero that they have. I do like the diffusal. But with that said, I think this is a great Radan 24 Medusa pick. I am going to Spirit. I really like their lineup.
Sick Medusa pick. Don't care about the Lash. Oh, I do a lot of damage. I don't care. Mirana does a lot of damage. I don't care. Doom still doesn't care. Burns damage from the Tiny. Doesn't care about that either. The question is, Bowie, how do you deal with this this Medusa, right? Is it the other four have to suffer so that Team Spirit never get ahead? Because I think if Spirit get ahead at like 20-25 minutes in the game, that is just straight up over.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a game you have to snowball, you have to keep the Medusa in check, not give any Aegises away. And even then, going high ground is a nightmare. You have this DK Dusa just making it really tough for you to poke high ground. This Tiny, I don't know about it. It feels really hard to get any tossbacks because you have tons of range cores on the side of Spirit with a Disruptor to glimpse you back, with a Sniper to peek at you before you jump. This is going to be a test for no one. If they do well, and it's not going to be easy, I'll be very impressed.
Yeah, it does come down to him, right? It's not an easy Tiny game, but it is also not an impossible game. We saw the odds there favoring Team Spirit quite a lot. Our sponsors agree with us, Bowie, and I think for a good reason. But they can do it, right? They have heroes that can snowball. It's just not going to be easy. I'm looking at Watson also. I think he might need to get involved a little bit earlier than what you would naturally expect from a position 1.
I mean, he is a very active carry, right? Even when he's playing anti-mage Meepo, he is... I would say he reminds me a lot of Crystalis in the sense that he is not scared of joining fights. Even when he's behind, he has a really good way to relieve pressure. Even though he's the carry and usually carries expect the pressure to be relieved for them. So I don't think it's going to be a problem necessarily. You know, he is an active carry and he has an active hero. But yeah, that DOTA is a looming threat. If this goes 30, 45 minutes, I am not sure exactly how you're going to be able to handle the DOTA. Because sure, you get a Diffusal and it's good initially. But I don't know how you itemize for any other hero on Entity to deal with the DOTA. Like, everyone else, how do you counter that DOTA? I don't think you don't.
You leave her for last. That's what you do. We are going to be getting ourselves into the game where Spirit went for a late smoke, meaning that they want to kill. They know they have this night vision that is going to be stopping in 4 seconds collapse. Running into 5, and while your team is ganking, they don't combo the stuns. Oh, come on, Cloud9. That was a kill.
Unfortunate. I mean, they already had the tree dance, not tree dance, the tree throw, learn on no one, so I think they couldn't really get that kill.
Yeah, 1.1 second I think is the Sven stun, as they will be finding Mira. Mira is gonna be destroyed by the Diabolic Unit. Look at that damage. Kataomi takes him down. No sweat, and Mira, he should know just how much damage this hero can do, considering that he does play it himself, so nice start for Cloud9.
Ooh, that's the dream. We start with Boots, get first blood, and he's still here. He has a blood grenade. They could get a bait and kill Collapse. Oh, that's a 2-man stun of a blood grenade arrow.
Collapse is dead. He's not going anywhere.
Ooh, pause.
BM pause. I'm just kidding. Okay, he obviously he says lags.
You meant DM pause, right?
As we do continue the pause here, enjoying it a bit, ready to stretch ourselves, Bowie, and get ready for the game. I really liked this for them, but also, guys, just remember that this tournament is brought to you by 1xBet. Our potters, they're the ones that made this possible in collaboration. connection with our wonderful Theo, FISSURE, and only me and Bowie can know just how awesome they are. Of course, we have all these cool backgrounds, all these cool comics that they create, but they are just taking that they would ever need, and so many disconnected players right now on Cloud9, and from what I've seen, they are not in a boot camp, right?
Mind game time. Yeah, it does. It does look that way. I would expect maybe they already boot camped and they like this is their last. Because I did hear like from different teams that they're boot camping. I think Gaming Gladiators mentioning their Twitter that they were gonna be starting their boot camp 2 days before their first game here, which was interesting. Whereas I do know that other teams start their boot camp a little bit earlier. And, whether they're all going to be finishing at the same time or not, I think it depends on the team, how much they think they need to. Go RMK. What? Okay, well, we're back. I don't know what's happening.
What? Oh,
packet loss.
Okay. So the Spirit are dishing out some jokes, right? Because they did lose 2 heroes.
Okay. So do you know where DM is based? Where he's from?
I mean, as far as I know, he's Russian. I don't know if he is
playing.
He's there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know where Team Spirit are, and that their internet is not lagging. Just saying.
Oh, maybe I know what the problem is, because Cloud9 is a Brazilian team, right? They're definitely playing for Brazil. That's why they're lagging.
Okay, so it's Astini's fault. Dude, I thought that you two were at least acquaintances, if not friends, and then you do him like this.
Well, I told you my best friend actually studied with him in school, so they used to play Magic the Gathering together. They were pretty close.
I was expecting they used to play Dota together, go to PC Game Club. They used to play Magic the Gathering.
Dota didn't exist when they were in school. Like, I'm old as hell. Like, when they were like in 5th grade or something. So there was no Dota. Like, online games were not even a thing, I think.
There was the Day Judgment. They could have played the Day Judgment, right? That's similar.
Yes, Boomer. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know what the Day Judgment is? Okay, can I get
that?
Can I get some more educated people here? Okay, the Day Judgment was also a MOBA, let's say 3 lanes as well. You didn't have recipes for items. You basically had maybe 5, 10 items to buy, and then you would buy tomes of knowledge, right? Either intelligence, agility, strength, or all 3, and that's how you would get stronger. And then at some point, a judge would come out, like a big silencer, and then he would go to the middle of the screen and just destroy everybody. He was a lot stronger than Roshan, and there would be a lot of fighting around him, and that's basically how it went.
I never heard about this game. Was it a mod or like actual?
A mod in Warcraft, yeah.
Okay. No. I know what you're talking about.
No,
it's similar to like Castle Defense, something. Castle War. Do you remember that one?
It's similar to Dota.
Yeah, the Castle War isn't that different from Dota. Just like heroes and stuff. But no, we used to play a lot of Diablo 2, I think, and just later I started playing Warcraft.
I don't get it. I'm sure Astini has played the day that he has played early Dota because he's such a good coach, right? And look at how strong Cloud9 are because of him. That is 20 plus years of getting better. Okay, it's only DM. Yes, only DM is having issues. But guys, we know how you fix all of your internet problems, Bowie. Do you know? You plug out your internet and you plug it back in, and instantly all of your problems are gone.
It is a go-to technique, but they rather do this quick because they only have 5 minutes of time for C9.
I can translate what Noah said. He says, "Da minena beke," that means boot camp. We are at home. right? And he's lagging at home, so that means we are not in boot camp. He's lagging at home. You see, it's good that you have somebody who can translate these hard words and letters for you guys, because of course they're gonna be communicating in Russian, most of them.
I can't translate what the admin said. He said good now, so he's referring to his internet if it's good. Oh, there you go. Only 3. He said he had 20, so we were definitely better. Packet loss reduced.
He says go with packet loss, right? And he asked if
3,
he could.
though.
Yeah, sure, that's awesome. I would love to play with 3 packet loss in a very important tournament versus Team Spirit. That's an ideal scenario. Well, Miposhka is gonna go on DM. He wants to smack him through that packet loss. He might be seeing these hits a little bit later, but it hurts just as much.
It's fine. They're tri-laning. They're literally tri-laning his entity. Like, Kataomi didn't come back.
Yep. And it's so hard, right? You have a triple stun tri-lane. Look at that. What do you do?
But that's so interesting to me, because, like, sure, you're gonna pressure. Yeah, they will kill Mira here, I think. Oh, will they?
Kataomi is dying. On the top lane, Mira does lose his life, so we're gonna be seeing 2 supports going down. While Collapse, he is still level 1. Definitely not loving life at the moment. So do you go bottom now with Kataomi?
I hope so. That Doom has 2 CS. Sure, he got his level 2, but
he's not going
this
bottom.
Is not. Oh my lord! It's not even about Doom as much as it is about the levels of this Mirana. Like, what exactly is your plan? I thought this Mirana was supposed to be here because she can stay in the lane. Like, you don't really die to the Primal Beast, you just leap away.
This is the thing, Bowie. They want to kill the Primal Beast. Collapse has 1 CS. And there will be a stun. Collapse protecting from the arrow. And he moves like, yeah, I don't care. It's better for you to die than me. And Mira does not have a TP. Collapse will get pushed into the tower by the supports. Okay, so let's think about this a bit. Mirana and the Medusa are farming very well, but the Medusa has 11 denies. Who is actually benefiting from what is happening?
Of course, it's the Medusa. This Mirana is level. I'm surprised she's level 3, but D levels will 100% become a problem here for Watson. So this is already a good matchup. They gotta be keep getting kills. Collapse though. Oh, good arrow.
You know, we went down memory lane a little bit earlier, and memory lane has taken us to a full-on tri-lane, something that I haven't seen in a very long time. I've seen people start with it, but a full-on tri-lane that persists like this, not really. DM will be targeted. Snake is there. They have the Gorgon's Grasp, and with the new spell of the Medusa, they'll be able to run down DM finally. They'll punish the solo Doom. So 3 CS
I think I know what they're doing. They're like, okay, you're lagging, right, DM? So we're gonna sack you. We're gonna try the top.
No.
Good luck. Good luck, and we'll see each other at the end of the game.
No. What about the Mira? Guest player Earth? Kataomi? Is pretty strong, not strong enough. What about the mid lane? So we've been focusing so much on these side lanes because they're unconventional on what's going on. And Collapse? What is he doing? Is he rotating mid? No, he's stacking. Okay. So your off lane is forced to stack. Not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, this is... He's very counter by the Medusa, so I don't think he's necessarily... Like, the hero has to have a good game, which is Watson and no one are having okay games. We'll see. You know, another problem I see is this Leshrek being underleveled, right? This is a support that needs a lot of levels. His level 7 is such a big timing for him.
Is DM dead again?
Is dead again.
Very much dead. Has no fairy fires, has no boots, will get taken out. FNT isn't happy about that one. Top lane, they got 1 kill. Collapse going forward with the trample. I don't think you want to do it. He might try to kill Fishman. Even if that does happen, will happen after he has lost his life. And not even Fishman goes down, goes back to the base. That tri-lane continuing to get kills. This is what the tri-lane needs.
Yeah, exactly. They are consistently destroying this lane at the price of DM having a terrible time as well. But yeah, so far so good.
Okay, mid lane, Larl has won. He went for the Fire Dragon, so Team Spirit are really focusing on the later portions of the game. The Greed will be the name of the game. And I think late game is where Team Spirit really do shine. So I'm not surprised that they want to be extending the game.
I agree with their reason. It definitely looks ideal, as that's another kill for Collapse, or in
Mira.
Collapse.
Run, Mira. I don't think he can run as fast as the Warcry Sven. A couple of more hits and they will be bringing him down. They lose the Warcry, so not that much armor no longer. Watson, double Starstorm, and there it is. That's a double kill for Watson. He's unstoppable. 6-0-2 start for the Mirana. Level 5. Not half bad. I mean, he is keeping up in levels with the Medusa.
I mean, he already has a Javelin. Like, this might be like an 8-minute Maelstrom if he keeps it up.
No one uses the Avalanche and doesn't secure the rune because he got unlucky. Team Spirit, they have luck on their side here.
That's very big when you're a dragon that has level 6, so quite happy. DM, look at his net worth. Both the offlaners are extremely sacked. Oh,
he did get Gluttony, right? So he'll, I think he'll be able to recover at least in net worth better than Collapse.
Yeah, but probably his farm stacks a little bit better. He already started farming the triangle, but sure, Doom definitely does KO a little bit better in that regard.
Okay, Wisdom Runes. That's gonna be a fight on the top lane, considering that Cloud9 already has so many heroes here. Mira, it is nighttime. You have to be careful.
There's no way. There's no way he's gonna be able to pick that one up. He's going. All right.
I mean, they don't have a stun. No onslaught from Collapse, and he got it. Just says goodbye. They don't have the onslaught. They can't stop him. He's just waving goodbye, being level 4 higher level than both of them.
That's crazy. Well, this game is shaping up to be a disaster here. Now, they're going to get 2 Wisdom Runes, so the supports aren't that sad anymore. And everything that could be a problem for Entity is starting to fade out. It's only the Doom that's struggling. But if everyone else is having such a good time, it might not matter.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. So, let's see. What is next for them? They did go for a smoke on the 2 supports who are already pretty strong. See where they're going to be moving to. Hard to gank a sniper during nighttime. Sees them, but they're also very speedy. Fishman, I think he's getting ahead of himself. He does tend to be, you know, the guy who wants to really apply pressure to his opponents into a shrapnel. Where do you run? Where do you go? He's not even sure himself, and will just go next to the creep, hoping for a deny, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, that's all right. They know where everyone is. This gives Doom some... some peace of mind, as we'll get a pause, but from Team Spirit this time. Hopefully they are not the ones struggling with packet loss.
No way. Okay, microphone issues. Hopefully those do get fixed. And probably
should be
will.
Fine. Looking at our boy Watson here, he is, dude, he's so close from his Maelstrom. Already has gold for him through Hammer pretty much. And yeah, this is a pitch perfect start. Radan also having a great game, is going to already has a Yasha too. Yeah, both carries enabled to the maximum here. So at the end of the day, I think the difference maker is really going to be the Tiny of no one.
Yep, I mean, we talked about it in the draft. He's the one that has to make all the difference. The problem is he did lose the mid lane quite solidly. I don't want to say heavily, but it's not looking awesome for him. Interesting thing, Radan, he's already thinking about a butterfly. There's the stun on no one. You're coming for his life. Have the glimpse. You're probably not going to be getting too far away. And even Radan rotates. He understands how strong he is. The bottom lane, Doom, cannot pressure it with the game that he has had.
Wow, that TP just goes to show how they're really willing to get those early towers and join here. Team Spirit, they understand that, sure, we can go to late game, but we cannot allow Cloud9 to take those early fights, so just make sure that Radan is there. And there is level 6 on DM. He didn't recover gold-wise still, but this level 6 could maybe allow him to go for a play.
See, I see no Doom skill though, so he is just maxing
He's
out the
close to level
Scorchers and
7
Devour.
though, so still
In
might
which
have
he'll
it.
get the Devour or the Scorcher to continue farming faster. I think, I think that's what Cloud9 are going to do.
Doom level 8 for him
Doom level 9.
after Inferno Blade.
No, you need 4 points. Oh, he got it now. Doom level 7.
Huh.
Points in Devour, 4 points in Scorched Earth. That's level 8, and then on level 9 you would get the Doom. But he does get it because there is a smoke from Cloud9.
Watson gets glimpsed in the top lane.
Look at the positioning of Radan. Yeah, you're not catching this guy. He knows.
He definitely knows what's up. No Stone Gaze though. If they could get the connection there, that could have been a kill. Especially now the Medusas are a little bit less tanky after all of the changes to the hero.
Watson knows as well. He scanned Miposhka. Miposhka, it's like he felt that he got scanned because he's gonna start right-clicking this tower. Not being level 6 on the Disruptor is gonna hurt. Level 5 doesn't look the greatest. Mira not being level 6, it's okay. But for a Disruptor it does sting.
Yeah, I mean, ever since they changed the experience from level 5 to level 6 being that much bigger, it looks like, oh, it's just a level, but it actually takes a big difference from going from level 5 to 6.
And, you know, doubling your money with the promo code UNVRS3 also makes a big difference. So with the banner down below, you get a 100% bonus deposit if you sign up now. Game continues as there isn't a big difference in net worth. And I think Cloud9, are they happy with the developments? Haven't taken down any towers. I wouldn't say that this is perfect for them.
It's not perfect, it's just that they rely a lot on this Tiny, and as I said, he did not have the greatest time against Laro. Like, you're not going to be able to make a lot of these aggressive moves before you have the Blink Dagger, and that's the problem. Like, this Dusa is gigantic, the DK is ahead of the Dusa, Laro's just having a field day as well, and his Blink came way before the Tiny. So, yeah, this is tough. I'm happy that they were able to get all of those kills on Watson, and they somehow managed to offset the Doom having a bad time. But Team Spirit seems very happy with how things are going.
Larl is rotating. Watson has been caught. There's the solar flare. They might jump him. Larl is gonna be using the form, and now they do jump on Watson. He's gone. That is a big kill. The toss from no one actually pushed him forward. Upper gonna be used. Avalanche to keep them at bay, and this time around Collapse does have an onslaught, so running away from him is not going to be happening. Kataomi, a last ditch split earth, tossing away the Sven, tossing him in. No one sacrificing his teammates for his own benefit.
This is a disaster. They never sent the Doom. I'm surprised EM didn't TP there. That's a fight close to your tier 1 tower. He has Doom available. I guess he will get this tower, but if Team Spirit, with all of this late game, is taking the early fights, taking your towers, you are in a big, big trouble. And, you know, at least the Tiny does survive. He does have Blink now. So, probably, this is going to be Cloud9's first movement.
Yep, it is a difference of Dragonite having the Blink and Tiny not having the Blink that made such a huge difference in that fight. Now, when that is equalized, next time Cloud9 could get something.
The biggest problem is that the greatest follow-up they have for this Tiny Blink Dagger is Watson. So if he is not in these fights, are these under-leveled supports, like this supports Sven and this level 5 Shrek, really gonna have enough damage?
No.
I guess you can kill supports, but you're definitely not killing cores.
Can you? A Sniper has a Pavis, and I guess the Disruptor can die. They don't have any raindrops on Team Spirit. I wouldn't mind late raindrops, like to pick them up now to be able to survive. Because next couple of movements from Cloud9, you offset them and you don't die, and you're fine. But you could also offset them by being very defensive in the next minute and a half. That would be a smart thing to do as well. Then nighttime comes and you're gonna have the vision advantage.
Yeah, and I think they will definitely have the vision advantage. Looks like DM's plan is... not even DM's plan, but Cloud9's plan is to wait for the Blink Dagger. He's not that far off. So, well, as I say that, they are actually smoking for the rune. That's not a bad move.
Got scanned.
Oh, the Shrapnel. Canceling the Blink as well.
They get a haste anyways. Of course, Spirit are gonna know about this, and it's gonna be... Oh, no one is waiting. And Now they definitely know exactly where their opponents are at.
They 100% know in Mira.
Another scan.
Another scan. They know exactly what's up. And you're not killing Radan now. He has Manta and Stone Gaze.
Oh, jumping in.
Engage.
That is not going to be the reveal of the blink that you wanted. A lot of damage being done into the Dragonite, but he's tanky enough. And again, no one just sacking his supports. He doesn't care. The problem is you have the glimpse and you cannot sack them as much as you wanted. This little turtle tiny will get smashed into a billion little pieces. What a read from Team Spirit. They are just way too good.
That ward in the stairs, they drop it. They just got a glimpse of the tiny TPing away. No one actually pinged the cliff, but just a great ward. And Spirit, they punished the hell out of Cloud9. And I really thought they were going to wait this Doom Blink, but they did not. It's tough. They wanted to bait the rune, but they got carried away, right? You don't get the move. You know you're behind. You know you got to force things. And this, I know it's only a 2k goal lead, but momentum-wise, it feels like Spirit is miles ahead.
The thing is, that play sometimes works. You get a support kill, you buy time for the Doom to come, you offset it when it's not nighttime. But Spirit are way too good. They had scans, and they got you with... and knew exactly how you were moving. Collapse will get doomed, so that is going to be the DM revealing his ulti. If you get denied here, you're going to be very mad, but very unlikely on the small camp, so DM gets himself a kill.
Will be very unlikely to be denied there, but yeah, at least DM finally joins one engagement here. He is actually pretty farm considering how destroyed he got in the game, but my biggest issue here is no one. How do you enable this tiny? Such a late tiny pick that I can't help but feel like doesn't really bring them too much yet.
I get why they got it. I can understand it. He knew back in the day when he played for Virtus Pro, when he played with Solo, who was one of the better Disruptor players. He knew that he hated playing Disruptor into these heroes that run forward. But Team Spirit, their lineup had a different vibe to it rather than a classic Disruptor lineup. This is the one where there's not that many downsides to the Disruptor in the game.
Yeah, it is definitely a really good Disruptor game. Oh, Cloud9 actually aware of these TPs and the surroundings of Spirit. Can they find the stragglers? Maybe Radan, actually. He is by himself. They're trying. Oh!
They don't see him.
Oh, so close. Very close. I mean, if they actually get that kill, that could have been huge. Fishman, he drops a late ward. Doesn't really find him.
He was already in the trees, and it's just perfect. This is even better than if it wasn't close. Sure, we get all spooked. Radan might be sweating a bit, but you waste as much time as possible as you can from Cloud9 without really losing anything.
Yeah. Well, they are farming really fast. That is one thing that Cloud9 does. The question is whether that farm really brings them too much, and I'm really curious to see how the Doom priority is going to be for DM. Like, he has to find a way to be useful, and Dooming the Deuce is definitely not the way. So do you go for the Primal? Do you go for the DK? Who's actually the better target? I
think Primal.
The Primal.
I think Primal. DK doesn't spam that many spells, and I don't know if you can take him down fast with the Doom, and you don't want to ignore him. If you Doom him and ignore him, he's still going to be doing a massive amount of damage.
Exactly. Spirit, they did go for a smoke. They don't really find anything, but he shoved that bottom wave, which gives them an idea of where Cloud9 is. Even now, with this appearance from no one.
This is something that can catch Spirit off guard.
There's no sentry here.
Meposhka, you want Meposhka. He's just gonna scout everything that's going on. Got scanned. Hey, no, he's using
that's his scan.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got scared for a second.
He's the one that scans.
And he is bald.
It's a Breaking Bad reference, by the way.
Really? Really, Bowie?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for...
when you have to explain it, it's better. You know, it means the reference is good.
Okay, makes sense. I was catching up on it. Saying he's bald and stuff, shaved his head, only needs a hat.
I didn't even think of the baldness, but that was a good way to make it look like I actually knew what I was doing there.
Yep. A 2k goal lead for Spirit. The Medusa looking strong with a butterfly. Is this the Mirana now already having to think about an MKB?
Yes, but you need... He's going Manta, but I feel like he also needs BKB
He
this
needs
game.
BKB.
So
Yep.
how late is this MKB really going to be? It's definitely going to be pretty late.
I mean, we've seen Mirana's just focus on the late game. I think ultra late game, Cloud9 could win. I'm thinking, you know, between the Mirana and the Medusa, but then I see this Dragonite as well, and I don't see a hero in Cloud9 that matches him.
Only if they don't get the Aegises or they waste the Aegises on Spirit. That's how I can see Cloud9 taking this to late game. And you're also going to need a Silver Edge for sure. Who even? I guess it has to be no one later on, because I don't think Watson has the slots for the Silver Edge, even though it's not necessarily a bad run item.
I'm just thinking about the ultra late game, right? Late game, Spirit still has it. That's like 35 to 45 minutes. It is theirs. Glimpse into Pulverize. Very dead. Doom. DM has been caught. Spirit aren't even forcing things all that much. They are just very slowly gaining more ground on the map. And when will they actually go for the Roche, Bowie? I mean, I guess after our viewers subscribe on the FISSURE channel here on Twitch and YouTube, but in all seriousness, when do you focus Roche?
It is probably going to be once the butterfly is up, actually. I think they can... Honestly, I think they can force it, but if they don't want to force it, you probably just go for a smoke, right? If you get even one pick off because Roche is on Spirit's side, you might as well be able to take it.
And dropping very low.
Tormentor here.
Big shards.
Oh, that's a pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah, both ones. Concussive Grenade and, of course, the Split Earth that is going to be increasing in radius. For people that might not know it, we might have some newcomers in Dota. That's what the shards do. Concussive Grenade on the sniper pushes the sniper back, and the other heroes away from where the Concussive Grenade explodes. It also disarms, right? That is a thing people forget about.
Look at that one Cloud9 ward, very deep, actually giving vision of where the sniper is and not being dewarded. So Cloud9, they are aware that Roshan is looming, and at least they are prepared. They even go for a scan, but so far, Team Spirit, they were waiting for the Crystallis on Radon, and now he is slow. Yeah, it's gonna be TP, but they know. They actually see that TP. This is a good call for Cloud9 if they can choke these waves fast enough. Can they though? Looks like they're not gonna be ready.
I don't think they can fight it. That's the main thing. I'm looking at it, and
BKB
only
on
the
DM, right? I think that's the timing.
But only he has it. Only he has it.
I know, but I think giving this BKB is a big problem. They're supposed to have the early game on Cloud9. They've been farming for this. They're smoking, but they're too late. Maybe the plan is to get the fight after Roshan?
Afterwards, yep. You know what? Spirit are gods of after Roche fights, be that they're getting Aegis or being the ones coming over. So I don't know if you want to go versus them. And if Spirit thinks they're going to lose, they're going to bail. And they look pretty confident.
They know about this. They really know what's going on.
And look at Radon. He knows where the enemies are at. He's just protecting everybody. If he's the first point of contact...
They have a good ward, though.
Okay,
Watson, they
arrow.
have a good ward.
Gonna be connecting onto the Medusa. You can just ignore her now at the moment for the BKB on Laurel. He's also very powerful, keeping the Medusa at bay. Collapse, Polarize being used. And that's gonna be a nice static storm onto the Gorgon's Grass, keeping them in position even longer. Team Spirit buying back on Miposhka, getting back into the fight. They were more than ready for anything there. And that is a 5-second arrow on the Medusa at the start of the fight. Doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean, I get what Cloud9 was doing, but as you said, Spirit 100% aware that that was coming. They were in a great position. I'm not even sure that the arrow on the Medusa is really what you want. They did kill the Disruptor and force a buyback, which is nice from Miposhka, but you needed to maybe Avatar's arrow Laurel. But even if you get all of that, I think you still think he doesn't die.
It's a problem. He's the one with the BKB, right? I don't know. Both Laurel and Radon do an amazing amount of damage at the moment. You know, sure, you can say it's not ideal for that arrow to connect, but you get a burst on a support and a 5-second arrow on the enemy carry, and you cannot win a fight. It's not a good sign.
By the way, Watson is going MKB. He's not going for the BKB, which, you know, gives him damage on the Medusa, but it also means he has to be extremely careful. He has not died yet, so he is the hope of Cloud9 moving forward.
I think this is the idea. First of all, it's gonna get you faster pickoff potential, but more so Cloud9 are not gonna be going for team fights. They will be defending high ground. And on the high ground, you can get away with not having a BKB, right? So I think they see that they cannot fight in the next 10 minutes either way. So it's better to be able to push enemies back. Imagine you buy a BKB and you defend high ground. You're gonna lose. You're not gonna be able to do enough damage.
Wow, 10 minutes is a very generous prediction here because I think Team Spirit is gonna poke high ground. I don't think this is a I'll just take tier 2's Aegis. I think they really want to get more, and it's gonna be Laurel.
He did meant a dodge. Watson, too good. Too good. That was a dead Mirana if they pull him back.
He was fine.
Look at him. He's not even sweating.
Watson
he knew that
is ever going to die. Oh, by the way, that is a Shard on Kataomi. Very good against high ground siege. But Dusa, one of the heroes that actually don't care that much about it.
You do have the range, and I mean, you can still shove in more waves as well. Look at Collapses even in the bottom lane. Cloud9 not punishing their enemies, just being everywhere. DM is split pushing, and he might need to be the one who punishes them with the Doom. Gets some healing lotuses. That's a great healing lotus. Quite nice, and does escape. Almost gets caught.
This game is so hard. Like, I don't know who no one has to initiate on. I don't know who DM has to initiate on. You need chaos. I feel like if you give Spirit a fight where they're in formation, 5 heroes, the chance that you can take this fight, even if there's no wages for Cloud9, is like 15%.
Yep.
I'm being generous.
Yep, that's why
I don't understand how you're supposed to win these fights.
Very hard. There is a Bloodthorn being delivered to the Dragonite. Anybody gets caught, dies within a second. Going towards Collapse, Avalanche as well. They need a toss. Very nice positioning from no one.
Oh,
just
back,
with the
maybe?
2 supports. Pretty nice. Glimpse was used by Poshka. There he is. Got him. Nicely done by Cloud9. This is what they need. They cannot go for full-on team fights, but getting pickoffs still within possibilities. Finding another one. No one. These are the grabs that he has been looking for. Concussive Grenade. Mira makes a bit of a mistake. Just wanted to get a bit closer and die faster. Gets taken out by Fishman himself.
Yeah, this is nice. It felt like Spirit could even poke high ground with the last minute or so they had of the Aegis, but now you get these support kills and Collapse. This is good, but Spirit, I'm sure they are satisfied. They got every single tier 2 tower. This Medusa catapulted to the highest net worth hero. And I mean, look how farm Radon is. He has a Diffusal Blade now. He's the one that actually gets the Diffusal before Watson.
You know what? MKB on Watson is done. And if it is a very long Roche respawn, like 2.5 minutes from the original timer, you can get the BKB. With a BKB, Watson can fight. And I think that's a time where Cloud9 are capable of winning a fight outside of their base.
Yeah, it's really gonna be on Watson. Do you think target's actually the Dusa? Or do you try to kill the DK, maybe?
I think ideally you doom the DK before he gets anything off and kill him. Or no, Avalanche toss arrow the DK, but that's not gonna happen. I think you have to kill Collapse. Like, there's no doubt about it, right? He's gonna be the first point of contact, most likely.
Yeah, if you can like toss him out of the team so he doesn't get the pipe off, that is huge.
Yep.
He might be the most important one, especially the Crimson Guard on top of all of these.
Nice can.
Oris is finishing it. Yeah, you do get the Wisdom Rune. Nicely done from Spirit. No wages, but still a lot of pressure.
Look at the M. He's being a little thief. Cosplaying a hobbit.
Oh, yeah.
There's no dragons here to stop him. Won't be able to do it.
Got the devil.
There's a dragon though, and they're very mad when you steal from them. He could still just TP out. Yep. He done. Oh, that was very close.
All right. Forces some TPs. Gets the Wisdom Rune anyways. Very happy there on DM, and he's going for a halberd. I do like that route. That is something. Can you go multiple halberds here? Like, who else can buy one?
You should. Stun, arrow, Watson didn't use it. Leipnir into an
Oh,
arrow, pops the
collapse.
blade
Blade
mail,
mail, though.
stun does connect, and the silence as well. You have the Manta to remove it, but that means that you're not gonna
Oh, no.
have it. If you get Blizz back, the Doom to the back lines. Watson is still alive, but he needs to run. He needs to run now. Miposhka did get taken out. Mira with the concussive grenade, keeping the enemies at bay. Rodan, he wants to get those arrows in, and finally, they're gonna start kicking. A 1-for-1, not half bad for Cloud9. Assassinate, shots from afar. Cloud9 should be able to disengage now at this point.
Very nicely done. No one even tossing Kataomi away so that both of them survive and he doesn't get caught off in the shrapnel. And yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big commitment from Team Spirit. They only lose the Sven. Pretty hard for Spirit to like poke high ground or anything. So these fights have been more even than I thought it was possible. And you know, it was mostly on the fight starting when both teams are separated.
Cloud9 are running circles around Spirit, and they have the capability, and it's very weird that they're able to do it during nighttime. It will be a daytime Roche with possibility BKB on the Mirana. I think Cloud9 are in the best spot they've been in the last 15 minutes in this game, maybe even more.
Wow. Don't jump the gun here, because I see 1600 gold on this Mirana and potentially a 1 minute Roche. That BKB could be up, but yeah, 1 minute 40, that's generous. I'm not sure. Maybe if you sell your Wraith Band.
No, you're not getting it. I think you let him have it. You let him have it, and you hope with your high ground defense with the toss back that you can defend. You know, speaking about generosity, Gaben was quite generous to Spirit with the Roche timer, but also we are quite generous to our viewers. That is why we are giving away some Arcanas. Exclamation mark 1x give in the chat to find out how to participate. It is 16 to 16. Those early kills make a difference. And this is a big one. Pops the BKB. I don't know about that, no one.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Tons of vision from Team Spirit on both sides of the Roche pit, and now they're probably just gonna guard the Radiant area here until Roche spawns. No real reason for Spirit to split up, and we saw when they're split up, that's the only time Cloud9 was able to find the chin in their armor. If they're together, it is exponentially harder here. Ooh,
Onslaught, Kataomi gets glimpsed to the left.
not ideal.
They didn't know where he was a second ago, so attempt. Not good enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pressure Cloud9 away. As long as they're away from the pit, this is the ideal scenario. They also have the sniper on the left side to protect the Twin Gate area. I think you're right. I think they're gonna have to give this one away as Cloud9. Even if they try to go for smoke, we saw what happened.
No.
It
Without
is
the
probably
BKB,
even
don't
harder
do
to
it.
win a fight now. Yeah.
Don't do it. They need 1,000 gold for a BKB. So if Spirit aren't fast on taking it down, maybe Cloud9 can make it there, but it doesn't seem likely. Mirana is a fast farmer, but let's not kid ourselves. Nobody's that fast.
Yeah, and Lara will get vision of the Roche pit here. There's no way this is going to... Yeah, there you go. Free Roshan for Team Spirit. And yeah, here's the thing. Even though Cloud9 is doing a bit better than I thought in the last couple minutes, now this is a real test. You have to somehow take a fight when they're all grouped up going towards your little bears.
Mira on the top
really
lane,
no one.
he's caught. That is immediately gonna be a delay, quite a nice one. And Cloud9, what they need to do in this game, Glimpse, well, they need to sack Fishman. That's the one thing they need to do. Look at Lara. First he farms, and then he does finish him. Kataomi gets taken down by Radan. He thought he could escape, but Medusa coming in from a weird angle. Here's the thing. Team Spirit, there's one lane that they shouldn't push, and that's the mid lane. Because that's where you can get tossed into tier 4s, especially tossed onto the Mirana, leap, and then you're in tier 4s, you're going to lose the fight. So I think shoving in the side waves is very, very important for Cloud9. Hard to do when you don't have your supports. BKB done.
By the way, not sure if you'll notice, but this Medusa going for a nullifier. So we'll be dispelling the leap, dispelling the Crimson Guard. This is going to make those trades against the Mirana a bit harder for Watson. I really like this itemization.
Yep. The attack speed of the leap is 190, right? That's quite a high amount.
I heard that's a lot of attack speed.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is quite a lot. I guess.
Even Solar Crest actually dispellable, so it's really good for the Medusa.
Is he just gonna wait for the Mirana to nullify him, or does he maybe want to use it on somebody else? Nah, he's literally
Mirana
saving it
is
for
probably
Mirana.
the better target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the blink on
Because
Watson.
I guess you can like dispel use scepter of Kataomi, but that's about it.
Nobody cares really. If Kataomi gets a Yules, you can ignore him, and he's just gonna die from the AOE damage once he's down on the ground.
Yep, yep. I think usually what he wants to do is like use Scepter blink out if he plays well, but you're right. In general, run as the highest priority is. They're gonna try and smoke and wrap around here. Dire scan, understanding they are in the triangle.
Glimpse.
Oh no.
He's baiting, he's baiting. The rest of his team are coming from the side, but they really took their sweet time.
They are late though. Yeah, the primal was in the triangle though. They scanned, they knew they couldn't go through, so they're already in the base. There's nothing you can do, but they will find a good angle. They don't have a ward. They find Mira.
Is flying in, and it connects onto Larg, who jumped in onto the arrow turret. Immediately gonna get the two supports down. While the Dragon Knight is not doing anything. Where's the vision? You need vision, and he cannot be invincible with his Glimmer Cape. Watson gets a double. Will be using a Glacier to keep the enemies at bay. It is a 2-for-1, a win for Cloud9 still.
This is not bad. I don't think this is a win, but you delay the ages. And I guess that's a soft win when you think about it. There's only one extra possible push from Team Spirit. And yeah, I think you're right. They were definitely baiting the Doom. A little bit late, but it did work out in the end. Despite all the vision and the countermeasure Spirit was trying to make so that the smoke didn't connect.
They wanted to come from the lane, right? If they went from their triangle, it's a different angle. But they wanted to go from the lane so that they can cover the left side of the mid lane. I get it now, right? There, it looked to me like they just took too long, but it was the right move, the right call.
Yeah, like they had to, because at the end of the day, if someone was on the edge of that triangle, they could break the smoke, even if they went through the lane. Eventually, though, they were able to find the sniper. And Spirit, they were prepared. Oh, DM, no buy. Ooh, sheesh.
And this is a problem when you haven't taken down the enemy tier 1. It just doesn't feel natural to feel threatened there at this point of the game. But because the tier 1 is there, he forgot about it, and just Spirit could collapse. Arrow again on Laurel.
Fishman.
This is gonna allow Fishman. Nah, he dies to the Soul Rend, the Avalanche. Dragon Knight still has the BKB, but he's taking a lot of damage, and Watson taking him out. You're not respecting the Mirana. Collapse has the blade mail. Watson, you don't want to kill yourself. Leaps away. A couple more hits onto Collapse, trying to finish him off. Not going to be happening.
Arrow.
God glimpse back. The arrow will be completely off the mark. Avalanche almost takes him out. Rodan loses the Aegis, showing that they can kill the Medusa, but it's only the once. How do you do it a second time when you're missing 3 heroes?
Oh no, 3 heroes with no buyback. How much are you gonna poke his Spirit here? You have 4 heroes alive. They're going. I think you have to give this up. Maybe you wait for the Doom. You give 1 lane of barracks, use second glyph, and try to bait a good fight. But no BKB on Watson is a huge problem.
Rodan, this goes away. Team Spirit are not going to be crazy enough to stay. Medusa is almost level 25. I mean, if you get that modifier, it's just going to be an insane amount of damage between the Disperser and the Daedalus.
Yeah, and I really like the atomization of the Disruptor, getting a Gold Scepter. Just not enough gold or even slots for Watson to get a Nullifier. He needs this Lincoln Sphere as well, so you don't want to be... He doesn't want to be controlled through BKB by the Pulverize. That is for sure what you want to be doing as Collapse this game.
The BKBs are now lower on Cloud9, and guess what? The Medusa has a 9-second one. Rodan is going to be able to protect his teammates even better. No stray arrows are hitting this guy now.
Have you seen no one's item build this game? He went first item Daedalus after the... That is so unusual. I don't remember the last time I saw this build.
I think he needed more burst. Right? That's how he feels. He feels that the support needs to die. When he jumps in, a support needs to die. If that doesn't happen, he has to preemptively BKB, and then the fight is most likely lost.
Yeah. Definitely problematic though. His attack speed, not great. Doesn't make that much use of it, but it is what it is.
Even less so with the AC being done now.
So, how is the buyback situation? Oh, good wards from Miposhka. Or are you trying to get some vision?
And they took down the mid lane versus a tiny lineup. That's the hardest one to get, usually. There is a buyback on Watson. He might decide not to be KB before he dies once. Don't no one used the toss. Shouldn't have done that.
I mean, Watson is not even there. They're just losing their barracks here.
Let it go.
Guess.
What does he want? Which item? Lincoln's? Is Lincoln's really gonna change the flow of the game?
He's so far behind still. I don't think...
Okay, he
now he actually bought his ultimate orb and he doesn't have either buyback or the Lincolns.
Okay, ultimate orb is strong, right? 15 all stats. Not to be underestimated. Bowie, I'm trying to be positive here. Come on. I would like a buyback. He has a full Lincolns though.
Okay. Yeah, this has to be it then. They're willing to fight.
Oh, he needs 25. He's so close
look at
to
Mira.
25.
Oh, the night vision. He breaks the smoke and gets out. That's the power of the sniper.
Has both the concussive grade and the force staff. He's so farmed. Medusa level 25. That's a huge one. But the 3 arrows on the Mirana could be game changing. We've seen so many games changed by it. They want to fight before it. Watson, arrow. Gonna be off the mark. This is taking too long.
The waves.
Spirit knows.
Yeah, the waves are all on the side of Cloud9. This is really awkward.
And you get a crappy rune. Nobody cares about the region at this point.
Radiant scan actually doesn't connect. Nicely done by Cloud9. Maybe they're gonna find a good jump. Lara with no dragon form.
They're protecting their supports. They know. Spirit knows they will be breaking it. Jumping in onto the Medusa, getting the Doom. They're trying to finish him off. All of the mana is gone. He's doing a lot of damage, but he's dead. Watson, take him out now. Who's going to be dealing with this Mirana? She's way too strong. Taking down Laurel. You only have one core and collapse is not strong enough.
Silence though.
Inside of that static storm, it's not going to change anything. This point, Watson will be taking down everyone. Mira next on the menu uses the concussive grenade, but here comes an arrow to finish you up and allow Watson to get a triple kill. Miposhka, the last survivor, and somehow that Stormhammer point blank does not connect.
Is he coming? Is the Stormhammer? Are we gonna see it?
No. It exploded already.
Oh, that's sad. Well, that was insane. Usually, I think before the new changes to Dusa, you would not see Doom at this stage of the game dooming a Dusa, but they did nerf Mana Shield significantly, so you don't really think through that much. And Watson is so big, so gigantic that they somehow were able to go through all of that.
Even no one.
Roshan's up. This is the fastest Roshan spawn in the game still. If they scout this out, this could completely change the fates of this game.
Watson went in. He's already hitting the Rosh.
This is huge. Steam Spirit. They might not even be expecting this, and they already used their scans expecting Cloud9 in that fight, so they can't even check for this.
I mean, they can check as much as they want, but they're not coming. Oh, Watson jumped out of the pit. Watson, don't do this to us, right? Don't do this to your fans. It's Cloud9. Now he has the 3 arrows as well. You saw in a lot of fights, a stray arrow is just 5 seconds stunning one of the cores. Last time it was Collapse. Fight before that it was Laurel. There was that fight when the Medusa was out of commission for 5 seconds as well. A big deal for sure.
It is a big deal. All right, so refresher on the Mirana with the Aegis, as you said. And it's going to be a set of eyes on Kataomi. He actually already has a Blink Dagger. So their catch is going to be much better. You're not going to rely on the avatars only. You're not going to rely on this Doom necessarily.
We're in the ultra late game, but we talked about it. We talked about the ultra late game being something where Cloud9 could make a difference. This Dragon Knight, for some reason, he's not doing enough damage. Not as much as he would like.
Yeah, the BKBs definitely make it hard. And I think Cloud9 was able to breach the backlines of Spirit so much that now Spirit,
Did you see that?
Spirit is second guessing their positioning in these fights. Like they're not jumping aggressively to Blowthorn anymore, and things become awkward when it's Cloud9 getting to jump.
They allowed Miposhka to farm the Ancients. It was Dragon Knight softening them up, and now Miposhka has the Aghanim Scepter. It doesn't have a blink though, so getting into a good position to get the Static Storm off before the BKBs isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Team Spirit is that aggressively positioned. I think the plan is to force Cloud9 back in case they even dream of poking their tier 2 towers.
They're using the advantage of them having pretty much all of their towers.
Damage. This is huge for Watson. Actually, no one that picks it up.
You know what? No one did the most damage to the Medusa in that last fight. He's the one who took away like 80% of the mana. So him with an AD rune, he's insanely powerful.
I'm surprised he did so much with no MKB.
Smoke
That butterfly is supposed to be...
Watson needs to be careful. Jumps out. Doesn't get caught by the static storm. I mean, they push the Doom out. Doesn't get the BKB either way. A little bit late one. Doing his best to escape. Very speedy DM. He's just running out. Slowpoke.
Did he blink out?
Spirit. Fishman.
What?
As well?
They all get out?
They have a glimpse. There it is. Assassinate. And the glimpse. They got him. It'll be
he doesn't have
much.
buyback. Lots of cooldowns being used. Stone Gaze, Dragon Form is already halfway towards. You gotta be so careful, Spirit, here. If you misplay, they're gonna go for those buybacks. They will punish you. No one looking for the jump.
In, and the damage is insane. Arrow does connect. Can somebody save this Dragon Knight? He's taking a ton of damage. Radon is already running out. They have accepted the fact that this fight is lost, but it will cost them 2 of their cores either way.
I wonder if this is worth it. Like, this Doom buyback, you know, it's a buyback, but out of everyone on Cloud9, I would say this is the highest priority core, the lowest priority core.
I think they didn't
not
know
that
about
important.
the AD rune. They weren't paying attention to the AD rune. Without the AD rune, I don't think the Dragon Knight dies and it's a different fight.
I don't know, bro. I think you're not, like, there's an Aegis on Watson still, and you're fighting with literally no ults.
Yep. I mean,
this is gonna be a problem. They're gonna go high ground now. Double catapult. Do you even want to use those buybacks? They're still tier 2 towers, so maybe you trade this lane of barracks and you keep your buybacks in Spirit.
yeah, but you have to be careful not to get tossed back. Static Storm only onto no one. Stone Gaze being used. He's quite tanky. Gets the armor from the Sven. He's just very hard to bring down. As the cheese and the Avalanche Doom onto the Medusa has to run out. Collapse. He just fought back. Laurel will be doing the same. He didn't do it at the start of the fight. Maybe that was a mistake. Collapse onto the high ground. He does have the upper with the extra armor. He lives. So this arrow. It does land him, doesn't allow him to move. And they have an avalanche. Just connecting on all going ham. Radon losing most of his mana. He gets it all back. Oh, the great healing Lotus coming into play. Because now you don't have no cheese any longer. Watson, full HP, full mana. The arrows will not be connecting.
Still has the refresher though. Watson's gonna go.
Yeah, he does have a BKB. Once they get Mira, Invis, but a Glacier will allow him. You're too deep, Watson. You thought you were strong, but you're not strong enough to fight versus everybody. They do force out a couple of buybacks, but Cloud9 will be losing Watson and even more. Fishman, next on the menu, doesn't have a blink, gets glimpsed back, and gets taken out.
So you have 2 buybacks on Spirit. Doom survives. They still have buyback on everyone on Cloud9, but yeah, that jump from Watson, that was his first mistake this game. He had 1 death in this game where they were playing from behind the entire time. But this 1 jump with the refresher, he definitely overplayed his hand. He doesn't have Satanic. He doesn't have a way to sustain himself.
Yep. Maybe he thought that he was dead anyways. I know, with the refresher and the leaps,
no way. He refresher BKB leaps. Yeah.
Overestimated himself, probably.